Today is May 10th, 2022, and I'm with Janice Daniels, and we are on a mission today to go to Inkster and Garden City. We are pulling into our destination, and we're going to go in and talk with the city clerk about the ballot box.
Ah, here's the official ballot drop box. Well, this is interesting. It's locked. Okay, well, that's good. It's locked. Is it secure?
Where's the cameras?
Yeah, it's secure. Let's see, where is the camera? It's a good question, Jody. I don't see a camera. That'll be a question we'll ask. We'll have to ask the clerk. We're visiting various local clerks to see if we can understand the process of elections, kind of like the business of the people. We want to meet with you. We want to make a relationship with you. We want you to understand that we're an advocate. We're your friend. We want to do what's right for the people, which I'm sure you do too. We have discovered that the job of city clerk is so important. We wonder, first of all, do you have access to the ballot tracker program that is made available to clerks by the state under Michigan Compiled Law 168.764C? You have a drop box out there.
Yes.
Do you have a camera on that drop box?
We do. We have surveillance on our Dropbox.
Where was the camera, though? I didn't really see it.
Well, we have surveillance. I can't tell
Good morning.
Because then it can't be tampered with.
Exactly.
Good.
You've been out there and you looked at it. Does it look like it's been tampered with?
No.
We have security measures in place.
Wow. That was an eye-opening experience, wasn't it? Apparently, she was watching us examine the drop box because she told us that we examined it. So she said there's a camera, but we can't see where it might be, and the reason for that would be because we wouldn't then know how to disable it. Seems to me, though, that there's a little bit of faulty logic in that if somebody was going to come up to a security camera and disable it, they would be on camera being seen disabling the camera. So certainly seems like there ought to be a visible camera in front of that drop box. Second concern that I had was the signature verification process. She literally insisted that her staff has a license, a certification, expert signature verification knowledge. All of them do, but she wouldn't show us her certificate. I'm a real estate agent. My certificate has to hang on the wall. We, in fact, indicated that we were advocates. We were just trying to learn the process of the business of the people. She seemed to have forgotten and really didn't appreciate being reminded of the fact that she works for us. She said, "Oh, do you live in Inkster?" And I, of course, had to say no. But then my dear friend Jody said, "Do you live in Inkster?" And guess what? She had to say no too. We'll have to do some investigating as to who exactly is monitoring these drop boxes, because apparently, although they do, she really said that the police do. And all I was asking for was a procedure. We need to know the procedure, and this is really, truly something that many of us are going to start doing and must do to be able to secure our elections in America. It is the responsibility of our public functionaries to make sure that the administrative boards and groups and clerks' offices, etc., are doing their constitutional duty to protect and defend the people of this country. And I just didn't get that sense that that was where her mindset was at. So maybe she needs some more training. So this is the drop box for the city of Garden, or the city of Garden City. And this drop box is open all the time because it also accepts payments. Payments for water and taxes, court payments, and the absentee ballots that are signed and sealed. So that's kind of interesting. It really is like open, and I don't know if somebody was really clever if they put it in there. I don't know for sure. But let's see if we can see a camera. I'm sure we're being watched right now. I don't know if that is a camera or not.
Maybe that little squirrel is doing the watching. Hey, little guy.
There's a drone squirrel. This is our second attempt to get some information from a city clerk. We'll see if we get a little bit better reception from this fine person than we got from the last fine person that we talked to. I am going to ask the same questions. I want to know about the drop box, and I want to know about the monitoring of the drop box, and I want to basically find out if they have a signature verification process, and if she tells me or he tells me that they are certified, I want to try to see if we can get a copy of the license, because certified professionals must carry a license by the state of Michigan. Number one, the drop box that's outside. Do you have a camera on that drop box?
So that one actually, it does not. It was installed before, you know.
No problem.
With the new ones that are installed, they have to have them.
Right.
But that's been there for years.
We are trying to learn about the process of elections and the business of the people. We wonder about the signature verification process. Do you have training? How extensive is your training for your clerks to be able to verify signatures?
So what we do is we go through the state mandated QVF voter file training, you know, and we have to be accredited by the state, you know, there's certain levels of qualification.
Do you have a certificate or anything?
We do.
From the state.
Correct.
Put it in
And
your
the
pocket.
state does require continued education.
So all three of you went through the state mandated training and you're all accredited.
Correct.
How often is that box
It's
accessed?
checked every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
By the same person? How many people have access to that box?
So our staff,
The three of you each have a key to that box.
we have a staff, and then we have a deputized. Election officials, they work the election. There are staff, they work in a different department. Deputized, that they know that they are bringing us election material when they go get it.
Well, they take that oath like you do.
Yes.
I swear to
Yep.
uphold the Constitution. So
Which is what would be required. Anyone who works with ballots, you know, anything that they're even doing, running them through the mail.
Tell us the department that that person works
Yep,
in?
so they work in our treasury
In the
department.
treasury
treasury?
department.
the camera, when you do get the cameras,
He has no legal mandate to get a camera. You will have to, when you're a senator, you will have to implore the legislature
To do that.
to create a law that says all drop boxes must have a camera. That's going to have to be a new law.
Yeah, because the way it's written right now,
Right.
it's only anything that was installed after October 2020.
It's
So if we were to get a new one tomorrow and put one at this entrance, it would be required by state law to have a camera.
Right.
So ours was, because for the longest time before Proposal 3, we didn't have a lot of absentee ballots. So the one that's been out there has been out there for years. So Proposal 3 was in 2018, it was passed. And that's basically what allowed you to have your no reason absentee voting, where beforehand, you know, it's like, if you applied for an absentee ballot, this is why, you know, there were certain criteria you had to meet. So it also, you know, allowed no reason absentee voting. It expanded the registration of voting. It put the same day registration on there. You can register up to the election day.
My knowledge of it was that it was an out-of-state organization, a 501c3 organization named Promote the Vote, that actually came into Michigan and sponsored and advertised and promoted that and Proposal 2,
Which
is
is
the redistricting. Jody, did you hear the peace officer, his answer? He's not involved with elections. He has nothing to say. He's involved with the courts. Our question is, does he have on a personal level an opinion? Well, he's not going to share that with us because they want to protect their jobs. And, you know, I guess everybody has to come to a point where they either decide that an issue is worth falling on the sword, information is worth sharing with the people who pay your salary, and it would be really nice to find a person in the city of Garden City who would be willing to talk to us about the law enforcement opinion of the election process. We need to go talk to some of the police officers. Is to develop a relationship with the city clerks so that we can understand the processes and see how well they understand the law.
I think that's wonderful.
Great.
Yeah, so we'll be putting out videos to publish our work. But meanwhile, I've got to go into the Garden City Police Department. We want to get their impression of the election process. So I'll say goodbye to all, and God bless you all. It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
So what are we doing here at the Garden City Police Station, Janice?
Well, we would like to get the police officer's perspective on the video recordings that are required for drop boxes, even though this one is too old to be under the law that says that drop boxes have to have around-the-clock monitoring. We think maybe the police might have a different opinion of that, and we also would like to find out what they think about the fact that the Treasury Department in the city offices are deputizing people to be able to access the drop boxes. We'd rather see the police officers access those drop boxes. In fact, I would like to see a law made that only police officers can access those drop boxes, and I'm counting on Senate District 5 candidate Jody White to make that recommendation to pass a law like that.
And with Proposal 3, why are they not mandating Garden City to have security cameras?
Well, quite frankly, Proposal 3 is unconstitutional in the very foundation of it. It does nothing but provide a bigger opportunity for fraud, and yet it was promoted as something that would offer a bigger opportunity for people to be able to vote. I think there's much more of an issue with election fraud than we're not trying to suppress anybody's vote. We're trying to ensure transparent and trustworthy elections. And it takes work to do that, and we want these guys to do the work.
And we are hoping that our police will be as passionate about it as the advocacy citizen group, because they're citizens too, right?
That would be nice to see, and yes, they are citizens as well, and they should be equally as concerned with election integrity as we are.